So I wanted to make a video about my favorite reverb plugins that I'm using right now and let you listen to what they sound like in context. So let's get right into it. So this is Valhalla Vintage Verb by Valhalla DSP. This has been one of my go-tos for a while. It's very flexible, even though it's a very distinct vintage reverb style plugin, and has great presets as well, and a lot of different modes that kind of provide different colors to the reverb. We can listen to that now. This is Concert Hall. So the cool thing about it too is that as you go through the different modes, you could see things like random space, smooth random, chaotic chamber. These are also kind of experimental sounding, so there's a good amount of variety in the plugin, and a lot of times too, it's just a great go-to. So you go right to Concert Hall, adjust your decay timing, and you've got a reverb you can use in a track. So a lot of great things about this plugin I like. Yeah, so this is Abbey Road Studios Reverb Plates. It's a really great plugin. This one has kind of gone under the radar because I think Waves has released a bunch of Abbey Road stuff, including a studio, echo chamber style plugin. So this one's really great. It comes with 4 different types of plates, and this one is very authentic, kind of classic sounding. It's a little bit brighter. It sounds really great on drums, vocals, guitars, and it just has a very authentic sound. So it's not as experimental, but if you're going for a really great plate reverb, this is just really solid, and you could hear the difference in the plates. So this is Verbsuite Classics. I got this through Slate Digital. It's made by a company called Liquid Sonics, and it's really awesome. I think this is one of those versatility style plugins. You could hear the plate reverb on this one sounds a lot more crisp, maybe even consider it more modern sounding, as opposed to the dirtier sound of the previous Waves Abbey Road classic plate sound. A lot of really great impulse response based reverbs. Those would be things that are based off real spaces. So if I go to spaces here, you can see a bunch of stuff, especially experimental sounds like shimmering sky. So you get shimmer reverbs, different kinds of places like canyon, car park. You could see even wild spaces. So everything from experimental to ambient style reverbs, tons of stuff that's in that 0.5 second to 1 second range. So that's really perfect for drums and guitars to give them a lot of stereo live sound to them. And there's tons of rooms in here as well. So it's just a really awesome plugin that you can use. A lot of versatility, and it's also not very heavy on system resources. That's another thing that I really like about this plugin. So you can hear these different styles of rooms. This is a great one right here, dry large room. Really crisp sounding on drums. Very crisp. Now this is a fairly new one for me. I've been using it a lot on drums and vocals, especially. It sounds very musical. And what's great about it is it gives you a lot of different types of plates that you can use. So if I click right here, you can see a wide variety of plates. Waves Abbey Road focuses on 4 really good plates. Lustrous plates focuses on giving you a lot of options. And these all sound very different from each other. It's pretty cool. Rhodium plate has a really cool decay to it. So as you can see, or as you can hear, there's a lot of different sound design in the plate reverb that comes in this plugin. So even though plate reverb might be considered a certain kind of thing as opposed to spring reverb or, you know, a hall reverb or concert hall reverb, you know, this one has a lot of variety in it, and it has really cool controls. You can damper things and you can mess around with frequency dispersion, which gives you a lot of different sounds. And hidden over here is a whole EQ section. So you can really dial in the plate so it doesn't make your mix too messy. Because sometimes that can be an issue with plate reverbs. It makes things too cloudy, you know, when it's too much of it, right? So there's a lot of useful features in this one. It's a really good looking plugin too, and I've been using it more and more and more. It's a lot of fun to use too. So my 5th and final plugin might seem like a bit of a surprise to some of you, especially if you've never heard of Reaktor or haven't checked out the Native Instruments stuff. But this is an amazing plugin. Reaktor 6 is really an umbrella product of many synths, sequencers, sound generation modules, and effects. I've been using it for years. It's amazing to use. I'm going to load up what's called Space Master Stereo. And it sounds very different from some of the previous plugins that we've talked about. In this case, I would say that the Space Master Stereo is far more of a synthesizer, spacey, ambient, modern sounding reverb. It's a reverb to me that just sings. Yeah, so I'm just playing some stuff on the piano there. You can hear it. The reverb just sings in the background. So for ambient sounds, I tend to use this all the time. You can use it on drums, and you can find presets that work really well with the responsiveness of a drum loop or a snare or something like that. But I got to put this one in my list because I use it so often and it's so good, and it's kind of hidden because most people have sort of forgotten about Reaktor, even though I should probably make more videos about it since it has a huge free user library that's still adding new stuff every single week that you can download for free. It's pretty amazing, the community behind Reaktor. But anyway, these are my 5 favorite reverbs right now that I'm using in my tracks. And I really want to hear what are yours. Let me know in the comments section below, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.